Hello and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to a brand new video. For those who don't know me, my name is Amelia and I upload all kind of book content. And if you're not new here, then welcome back. Oh my god. I feel like I've got a few new faces recently. I've been doing that annoying thing of checking my subscribers, and I have seen a few new subscribers. Not many, but still a few. So hi, welcome in. If you haven't read the title, which I'm sure you have, and I'm sure you've seen the thumbnail, we are doing my September wrap-up and my October TBR. September was a really good month of reading. Like, a really good month of reading. Don't really know how, but it was a really good month. Partly probably because of audiobooks. But I've read 11 books. We are on the 27th of September. Is it 27th or 26th? 27th of September. And I have read 11 books. How is that even possible? Someone tell me. I actually got my head on this morning, went to a coffee shop before because I was there an hour early because of the bus anyway, and I had to write a list of them all because I was like, quite a few of them I haven't got physically, and also it was just so I didn't have to keep getting my phone and checking. And so I have my list here, I have all the books here, and we're just going to start with chatting about the books. We're just going to start, and we're not going to go in any order of when I read them because apparently I put these in the wrong order. And I read them all at different times. So we're going to start with this one at the top. And I read Love Unwritten. To be fair, I did start pretty much, I'm pretty sure, I started the month with this book. So I kind of feel like I'm going to write all of it at this point. But I read Love Unwritten by Lauren Asher, finally. If you guys have been following along for quite a while, you would have seen this in a lot of TBRs. And when I say a lot, I mean a lot of TBRs. However, I have not read it in any of those times until now. Finally, I've read it. I can say I can actually mark this chunk of a book off my TBR, and I'm happy about that. I think I was one of the minorities, however you say it, who actually enjoyed this book. I do agree this book was way too long. It did not need to be as long as it was. It could have been cut down because I felt like we kept going back and forth with the same thing of you did it. It was like that saying of you go one step forward, 3 steps back. Like, you could, and that's literally what it was like for a lot of it. They would go forward, and then like 30 seconds later they go back about 3 steps again, and it's like I'm bored of the back and forth, going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Just like, you know, make a decision and stick with it. So yeah, unfortunately that bit annoyed me, but I did enjoy the book. I enjoyed the storyline, and I enjoyed the little connection between both Ellie, our main character, who's the nanny to Nico, who is Raphael's son. I love the relationship between Ellie and Nico because Nico doesn't really know his mum. Well, he knows his mum, but his mum is never in the picture. And I loved the relationship with Raph and Nico, and I'm like trying to fix a bond in this book. But also Raph and Ellie's relationship I loved it. I just think, again, too long and too many step forward, so back again. And I was like, we're repeating the same circle here now. It's kind of getting boring. But I did enjoy it. I gave it what did I give it? I have to look at my book and I can't find it. 3.5 stars. I enjoyed it, but like, it wasn't magnificent. Like, I read a lot of Lauren Asher books now. I think I'm like halfway in her Dirty Air series. I read the Dreamland Billionaire series, loved it. And I loved Redesigned. This just didn't step up the plate. It didn't do as much as some of the books I've read of hers did. So 3.5 stars. Then during my 24 hours of reading, which you'll see shortly, I don't know sure when it comes up, but it's shortly, I read A Photo Finish, which is the second book in the Gold Rush Ranch series, which is the one after Off to the Races. So I've read Off to the Races, I actually finished it in August. I'm not going to put it in this wrap up, but I did say it was on my TBR, but I finished it literally the last day of August, and I'm pretty sure I gave it a 3.5, 3.75 stars or 4, one of those three. I did enjoy it. However, I picked this one up in my 24 hours of reading because I was like, I just need something short, first of all, short and easy to read after a thriller, which I'll get to. And I am happy I picked this book up because I actually just loved this one follows Violet, who we know of because she is the sibling to Cade and Rhett and Beau. from the Chestnut Springs series. So we already know who she is, we know of her, and we see her in we definitely see her in Jasper and Sloane's book, which is Powerless. But I really enjoyed this book. I enjoyed this story. Not like, it isn't magnificent. Again, I think it's one of those ones that fits in it's an easy read. I really enjoyed the connection. There was so many things, and there was a main thing of our main character in this one. What's his name? Oh my god. You know when you can't remember people's names? This is me every time I do it. And I know it's Vaughn's brother, but Cole. Cole, who is Vaughn's brother for the first book, he was in the army. And so obviously Violet knows about that because her brother Beau's also in the army. Cole was in the army. He actually, they met online, and they did an online thing for so long until he basically hurt her in a way. And it wasn't like online dating, it was like online stuff. Yeah. I don't really know how to discuss that without getting censored. But I think it was really good. Cole is, I've said Cole's in the army like 3 times, but it looks like Cole has an amputated leg, and so he has like I guess a metal leg. I don't know what they're called, but he has like a, I don't want to say fake leg then, but sorry, it's not actual real legs. He has to like change it and has to make sure it's okay. And there's a moment, and it's just a really beautiful moment, and I'm not going to say much more, but I really actually enjoyed this book. I gave it a 3.5. Yeah, 3.5. My face just completely did a thing. I gave it 3.5 stars. Because again, it was just easy. It wasn't magnificent. It wasn't my favourite, but I did enjoy it. And again, I think because I read it in the 24 hours of reading, I think obviously my brain was not fully with it. So yeah, 3.5. Then for the same video, I picked up, this is the last book I picked up for that video, and spoiler, I did not fully do 24 hours. I did 22 hours. So I was like, I don't know, had finished this book and I was like, I just don't want to pick anything else up, so I just didn't. But I read Summer in the City by Alex Astor. This is the first book I've ever read of hers. Never picked up a book of hers before. I've not read the Light Luck series. Don't know if I will, but maybe. But I really enjoyed this book. This follows Elle and what's his name? Parker. Elle and Parker. They're basically, they don't like. Well, she doesn't like him. They meet at a club, and then it goes from there. And she's now living in New York, having to live back in New York City, which she doesn't like because she has to write a screenplay based in New York. So she goes there, and then she stays in this apartment that's actually her sister's apartment. And the person opposite her happens to be Parker, who she doesn't like, and they then set up this fake dating situation, and I am realising now, considering the book I'm currently reading, I really enjoy fake dating again. I forgot that I really like fake dating until recently, but I really enjoy this book. I've loved it because New York is one of my favourite places. I went there last year and fell in love with it in a heartbeat. I literally walked off the plane, we walked around Times Square on the first day, and I was like, I love it here. I was like, bearing in mind this was a Saturday night in Times Square. Imagine how busy that's going to be. And I was like, I love it here. Like, yes, I could have waited till the Sunday when I went to Central Park and it was a bit more quiet. I said, no. On a Saturday night at like 8 p.m, we were walking around Times Square before our dinner reservation, and I was like, I love this place. I want to stay here. I would happily move to New York if I could, but obviously it's a bit difficult. But I really enjoyed this because I loved like the aspects of New York and going, like, saying about stuff, and I was like, oh, I went there. Oh, I wish I could go back and go do this now. But I really enjoyed this relationship, this couple story as well. It was actually so much fun to read, and I would love to reread this book and annotate it because it was just done so well. And yeah, I'm so happy I actually read it, and I bought this whilst it was on sale in work. So, and then I read Wild Side by Elsie Silver. This book is the third book in the Rose Hill series. Sorry, I need to drink break. This is the third book in the Rose Hill series, which is her latest series, newest series. And I didn't hate it. I enjoyed the relationship. I genuinely was like, Elsie Silver knows how to just grab me from the get-go, which is a good thing. because I was, before reading this, I was thinking, am I going to get in a slump? Am I feeling like slumpy? Oh no. Because I was like, I'd read loads of romance in like a row, and we're in September, and I do like start to read a bit more fantasy vibes, all this stuff. No, as soon as I started reading, I was hooked. Don't get me wrong. And I enjoyed Tabitha and Reese's relationship. However, the wrestling side, so Reese is a wrestler, and it gave me the ick. As soon as I tried to picture what the wrestling costume was, and they said about masks, I got the ick. Even though I know what a wrestling costume is, I didn't think of it as that. I felt of it as something completely different. And as soon as my brain thought of that, the complete opposite of what it was, I couldn't not stop thinking about it. And I just, no. It gave me the ick. And it really, there was parts of it that just really put me off. There was a moment, and like, thank God she just didn't do what I thought she was going to do, because it would really wound me up, and I would have genuinely lowered the rating even lower if it happened, if what happened did happen, what I thought was going to happen. And I was like, oh no. But yeah, the wrestling side, I just know he has a mask for his wrestling. He's quite famous in the wrestling world, but that's what I want to know. His name is Wildside in the wrestling world. He has a mask, and they're having, you know, a little moment, having, basically they're in the bedroom having a moment, and she asks for him to wear the mask. And as soon as I read that, I was like, I'm icked out. Like, I have no problem reading smart, don't get me wrong. I don't mind reading a smarty scene, but I did not like reading that smarty scene. I was like, oh no, okay. Sorry to spoil it for anyone who was maybe not read it yet, but... So I gave this book a 3.25 stars. I didn't hate it. I really enjoyed the story, and I enjoyed Milo. Is his name Milo? I'm assuming his name's Milo. We're going to go with it. Who is the nephew of Tabitha. And obviously we get snippets of Reese and Tabitha in at least Wild Eyes. I don't know if we got it in Wild Love, but we definitely got them in Wild Eyes. I remember getting snippets of them in there. So yeah, I did enjoy it, didn't hate it, but 3.25. I then picked up a book that is one on my 20 books of 25, my 25 books of 25 that I need to read, so I'm really happy I've got this one off. It is Belladonna by Adeline Grace. I did start having it in my 24 hours of reading, and then I stopped when I stopped reading it, then I went to pick it up afterwards, which is in my mood reading vlog, which is coming up, which I'm actually currently still filming, so it is coming up, guys, but not, I don't know when. It might be November, but I'm very ahead of the game because I have to film Bookmas, so... But yes, I read this, and I was thoroughly surprised at how much I liked it. I was a little worried because I know it's like a dark gothic romantasy, and I was like, oh, I'm not sure how I feel about this, because dark gothic just doesn't feel right to me, and it's not something I usually would read until I read Nocticadia, and then after reading Nocticadia I was like, okay, I think I really enjoyed that, so I was like, I could read this. I really enjoyed this book. I really enjoyed Death and Signa, and never thought I'd ever say that I really enjoyed Death, considering who does, but I really enjoyed the story. I think it's a really unique storyline in some ways. Maybe it's not, but it is my first kind of death story, a storyline with death in it, and I just was like, yeah. As in the character death, not people dying. But I really enjoyed it. I think the ending definitely left a cliffhanger, which is making me excited for Foxglove, which I have got, but I'm not going to read it anytime soon. Probably not anyway, because I just got so many other books on my radar that I want to read before that. But I really am happy I picked this one up. I gave this one a 3.75. I think it was... Nope, not 3.7, a 3.5. I think it was good. Again, it didn't knock my socks off, but I think it was an easy romantic compared to a lot of other fantasy books that I've read. So I was really enjoying this. Okay, we are getting to the end of the physical books that I own, but then I have a few that I have like one that I read on my Kindle. The other ones are all audiobooks. Okay, this is the last physical book I read. That's not on my Kindle and not an audiobook. Okay, I've got pins and needles in my foot. But I read Pumpkin Spice Cafe finally. I say finally. Really wish I didn't. I really wish I didn't. It was the first book I finished this month, because I did the 24 hours of reading at the beginning of the month, and I was still reading Love Unwritten at the beginning of that, and I stopped to do the 24 hours, and I picked this one up as the first book of the 24 hours. I think you can guess by my face, I did not enjoy it. I did not enjoy this book. I just think it was just... I was bored throughout the whole series. Also, I just realised I didn't make my bed, and so you can see like my coat and everything on the bed, so I do apologise. But I just got bored. It was really boring. I think I was skimming a lot of it because I just wanted to get it done. I think it was a cute romance. If I read this in 2022 when I first got into reading again, I would have loved it. This would have been exactly what I needed. Now that I've read so many other romance books and I'm just like, oh, this book is just not doing it for me, sadly. It is kind of sad because I was really hoping it would, because it's kind of like my vibe, like autumn. I was like, it's perfect for September because we're getting into autumn months. It's Gilmore Girls time. Like, come on. I was ready for it. I know, it just didn't give, it wasn't giving, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry to any Pumpkin Spice Cafe fans, but this was not giving what I wanted, and I'm so, I've got the Cinnamon Bun books. I do want to read it, but I'm scared. Like, I also want to read her Christmas Tree Farm one, or the gingerbread one for Christmas books, and I'm like, do I? Or do I not? I don't know. But, yeah, I gave this book a 2-star. Yeah, I don't give many books 2 stars unless I really don't like it, or if it's a genre I like. Thriller, I tend to give them low ratings because I'm not a massive thriller fan, but I'm trying to get into them. So, yeah, not a massive fan. Now, these next 2 books were 2 great books. I have got them physically, but I did not read them physically. I did listen to them as audiobooks, and I listened to them all during my working hours. But first of all I finished Taming 7. I have been listening to this audiobook since whenever I finished Redeeming 6, which I think was May time. I think it was April. I don't remember putting in it had to be in April. Oh no, I think it was May. I finished Redeeming 6 in May. I then picked this one up, and then I've been listening to this since May. Because I think we had to stop, we weren't allowed to listen to music or have headphones in at work, and I was had this discussion with my manager, so don't worry, I'm not just out of the fact that I listen to my audiobook at work. So that was one of the reasons, because I don't really listen to audiobooks outside of work, which is really, really stupid because I should do more, but I just struggle to. And I want to, but I struggle to because I've got other things I want to do. Like, I like to listen to music, I like to do other things. But I then put this on the other week. I was like, you know what, we're just going to listen to it whilst it's working. And I finished it. But it took me a while, and it's because I just didn't want to read this one. It's not I didn't love it. Like, I actually really enjoyed it. The second half gave me what I was expecting. But, the pain. The first half didn't give me the pain, it just kept going back and forward. Also because I knew going into this it was more focused on Gibbsy and Lizzie rather than Gibbsy and Claire. And there was, obviously Claire and Gibbsy moments. They obviously had the times that you saw their relationship develop. But it was a lot of Lizzie and Gibbsy, and at the first I was, getting annoyed. And now, yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy I've read it. I actually really enjoyed it. I gave it a 4-star. I won't say much more because I don't want to spoil any of the series. I don't want to spoil what happens in this book because it leads on to what I'm thinking about the other book. But I gave it a 4-star. I really enjoyed it. It didn't hit as much as after reading Saving and Redeeming 6. It didn't hit like those 2. But I really enjoyed it, and I will be I'm doing a re-listen of these books because you'll see. I'll tell you in a minute. Let me talk about the next book, and I'll tell you why I'm doing a re-listen. Okay. I then read as an audiobook in 4 days, Releasing 10. This is Lizzie and Huey's book, but I didn't know going into this book is set before Binding 13, which means it's set before all of the other books. I feel like it could technically intertwine with Saving 6 because that's also based before Binding 13. I can't really remember when it starts, but this book is Lizzie's childhood and Huey's childhood, and them meeting and their relationship before Binding 13. And oh my god, this book was... I get why people said they cried so much in this book. This book was impactful. It was a lot. It was intense. I finished it the same day as the Summer I Turned Pretty finale, and I was not prepared. I loved it. I really, really loved it. I loved everything about it. I loved learning about Lizzie and what she went through, and what she went through, what happened, and it's not a spoiler, it's on the back of the book, but she has bipolar. In the other books, you don't know this because no one else apart from Hugh knows that she has bipolar. Although now reading this book, I'm thinking some of the things she does, it's quite, I'm not saying obvious, but especially as kids, they probably teenagers, they don't really know the signs of bipolar disorder. I don't really know the signs of this bipolar disorder, but now after you read this book and you're like, you hear things said about her or the way she acts, you're like, oh, and it does make sense. But obviously no one apart from Hugh knows she has bipolar. So when you see Hugh going for her in other books, you're like, I like trying to be different. It doesn't click until now you've read this and you're like, oh, that's why he's like that with her. This book, oh my god, my heart broke. I loved it. And the ending of the book, I'm not going to say what happens, but it was such a beautiful moment at the end. My heart goes out for both of them, and I just need in their next book, like, now, Chloe, can I have the arc? Can you send it out? I need it, like, ASAP. And it was so close. This is the top redeeming and saving 6, but not yet, because I love it. But if you didn't guess, I gave it a 5-star. Obviously, loved it so much. The fact that I still haven't finished my wrap up is mad, and my battery's flashing. Well, not flashing, it's just running out, so I will quickly yap and then we can move on. I then read on my Kindle, where are you? On this bad boy, I read in the 24 hours of reading to try and get a thriller in. I read The Woman in the Cabin by someone. Becca Day. There you go, Becca Day. I read The Woman in the Cabin by Becca Day. It was an interesting read. The girls are husband and wife. The wife was locked in the cabin for so long and had to be like perfect for her husband. And yeah, it was good. It was good and it was interesting. I wouldn't say good. It was interesting. I enjoyed it. It was a quick and easy read, and I just wanted to I'm trying to get into thrillers, so it's really hard for me to do that. So yeah, I gave it a 2.5 stars. I'm not going to say much more about it because it's a thriller and I don't want to spoil anything. And I don't know how much to talk about it because I don't really remember much of it. But yeah, I gave it 2.5 stars. It was nothing fantastic. But again, I'm not a massive thriller fan. So now moving on to all the other audiobooks that I finished. I think it's only 2. I think it's only 2 more. Yes. So I finished releasing 10 and was like, okay, now what do I do as an audiobook? Like, what do I do? So I listened to In the Weeds by B.K. Borison, which one was shocked I picked up. I won't lie to you, I was really shocked I picked this one up. Because I read Love Like Farms a couple of years ago. A couple of years ago nearly. I enjoyed it, but it was nothing fantastic. And then I picked this one up and was like, I just want to listen to it. And it was a short book and I used my Spotify hours for it. I really enjoyed this book. It follows Evelyn and Beckett. You meet both of them in the first book and you can see this kind of tension there between the two of them in the first book. That's not my drink. Yeah, there's tension between the two of them in the first book. And eventually you see why in this book, and I really enjoyed it. I actually gave it a 3.75. I think it was good. It wasn't amazing, but I actually enjoyed it, and I had a good time listening to that audiobook in 2 days. I listened to like most of it, like 60% of it on Friday, and the rest of it on Monday. So yeah, it was a very good book to do as an audiobook. I then, as an audiobook, I picked up the 4th Zodiac Academy book, Shadow Princess. Started out on Monday, finished it yesterday. Literally, yesterday was Friday, so 5 days. I devoured it. I loved it. I was obsessed. I really enjoyed this book. I am really enjoying the series. I don't think I'm a minority. I think actually quite a lot of people enjoyed it. Sorry, I keep hitting the mic. I really enjoyed their relationship, the relationships between each of the characters, the friendships and the hate it's great. It's really easy. There's not much world building. It's just go, and I love it. I just love it. And I actually had to start the 5th book as an audiobook straight away after, because I was like, I now need to know what's going to happen, because it left on a cliffhanger. So yeah, I gave that book a 4.5 stars. I thought it was good and I loved it, but not a 5-star material. I don't think any of these books are going to be 5 stars, but I did enjoy it. So yeah, that is my September wrap up. Let's get on with our October TBR. Okay, we are now moving on to the October TBR. I'm actually going to add in audiobook TBRs, books that I'm going to listen to on my audiobooks, because obviously I'm now into my audiobook era. I only have 3 supposedly right now. So let's quickly talk about the 3 audiobooks, and then I'll talk about the book I'm currently reading that I potentially will finish before October starts, and then we'll do the TBR, actual TBR. So let's go with the 3 audiobooks I have planned. It's currently a reread of Binding 13. I did say that I'd tell you why I was planning to reread them, and then I forgot. I am planning to reread this because I wanted to see Lizzie. I wanted to see the Lizzie moments in all these books, and especially like Taming 7. I feel like now that I know Lizzie's story, I want to understand these books more from knowing her story and why she did that. So I'm re-listening to these. So we're currently on Binding 13. I'm not far in. I'm literally like that far in because I'm taking my time because I've read it already. It's not like a rush. It's kind of like one of those books that I put in the audiobooks. So I feel like, one, I don't have any more audiobooks to listen to on Audible, and I was like, I have quite a few. Or like, I'm not feeling like the books I'm listening to as an audiobook, that I can just put this on and I know I'll just enjoy it. So yeah, it feels really weird to be back in the Shannon and Johnny's world after reading all of the books so far, because this feels like such a whirlwind ago, because also I have read all of them this year. This and Keeping 13 are the only 2 I read last year, so it is weird being back in this world like after not reading these ones for so long. So I'm currently rereading this as an audiobook. The other one is one that I'm also currently listening to, so it's the first one I'm probably going to listen to, is Zodiac Academy, The Cursed Fates, it's just called Cursed Fates. It's the 5th Zodiac Academy book, and excited. And then the other one is Queen of Shadows by Sarah J Maas, because I do want to continue the series, and I feel like it's not because I don't want to read it, because I know that I can't do the audiobook for the next 2 because I got to do my tandem reads. But I would like to get through this book so that I can move to those books when I'm ready, which I'm scared about. But the book I'm currently reading, where did I put my Kindle? Here. The book I'm currently reading is an ARC. It's called Faking It in Manhattan by Riley Winters. This comes out the 14th of October, and I'm going to tell you now because I'm 100 pages in and I'm obsessed. I am thoroughly loving it. Go check it out. This is the second in a series, but it's like interconnected standalones. I haven't read the first one yet, but I do want to read the first one. It's called The New York Charm, but go check it out because this is so good. I'm obsessed. It's literally like reading a rom-com, and like when I say reading a rom-com, I mean like reading a rom-com like a movie. It feels like I'm in a movie. It feels like a movie. I'm obsessed. Like, I would love to see this one play out as a movie just because it's fun and I'm enjoying it. I have got a couple more arcs that I should technically read. I've got a cowboy romance and a fantasy, so maybe I'll pick those ones up in the month of October, hopefully. I'm planning to do 24 hours of reading next weekend, so the weekend this comes out, actually. Anyway, we now need to pick our actual TBR for the month of October. I feel like I've just kind of like giving speed fire the ones that I've already got my TBR, but I'm going to pick 6 books, as always, from my newly prompt jar. I need more in there, I won't lie, because it feels a bit empty, but until I put more in there, we've got my prompt jar, and we're going to pick 6 prompts, and hopefully find 6 books really quickly. So let's find the first prompt, if I can open it. I don't know how well you're going to see it, it's a short one. I think, a really cute cover. Okay, that's not really easy. That is not an easy one, so I guess it's kind of giving me free reign because I can pick any cover that I think is really cute that I want to read. And I'm trying to think of, out of all of the series, I am unhauling a series actually on here because I'm getting the Kindred Curse series. And I'm going to unhaul the Lancaster Prep series because I'm not going to read it, I decided. So I'm not going to pick that one up. It's not even a cute cover anyway. Oh my god, this is actually giving me too much free reign. Okay, I'm actually going to go with a book that I haven't seen many people talk about, and it is Let's Make a Scene by Lucy Wood. I actually just think it's a really cute cover. I love it. It's simple. The couple there, it literally looks like Hollywood. And yeah, so we're going to do that for a really cute cover. Prompt number 2. What's this one? Okay, this is a long one because it's folded up a lot. You won't be able to see what it says. So what I'm saying, a book that has been adapted into a movie or TV show. One literally stares out to me right now. I think it might be the only one on this shelf. Oh no, there's two. Okay, I have the option between Beartown by Frederick Backman and The Flatshare by Beth O'Leary. I feel like I'm going to go with The Flatshare because I need to get this off my TBR. So we're going to go with Flatshare by Beth O'Leary. This is like the first book I bought from her. I bought this in 2020. I think it's seeing why it's been my TBR for so long and I haven't got rid of it because I was like, I feel like I want to read it, but I'm not sure. I've had that on my TBR since like lockdown. 5 years ago. 5 years ago I bought that book. We are no longer in lockdown. We're living our life and I bought so many more books and I've still not read it. Let's pick up the third prompt. I'm going to show you. You probably won't need to read it because my handwriting is small. Okay, multiple point of view books. Again, too much free reign because a lot of my books are multiple point of view. I kind of want to get that's not something that's not a romance onto my TBR. Is this multiple point of view? I don't think this is dual point of view, you know, so I'm not gonna do that one. We just lost the prompt. Okay, great. Oh my god. Is Bury Your Bones multiple point of view? I don't think so. Silver multiple point of view. It's not obvious. Oh my god, it's actually harder than I thought. It's giving me free reign, but it's harder than I thought to pick a multiple point of view book. Might have to be a romance because I know a lot of romances that have multiple point of view. You know what? We're gonna go with. It's because I thought it first, and I'm 100%, like 90% sure this is gonna be multiple point of view. Yes, it is. The Striker by Anna Huang. Why am I getting all romances? So we're gonna get The Striker point of view. The Striker by Anna Huang as my multiple point of view book. I'm probably not gonna get to this month. I won't lie to you, but it would be nice to. I've got pins and needles. It's actually the pins and needles are getting extremely bad, guys. The dedication to this video. Okay. But prompt number 4. Okay, as much as I would love to do that, I'm not going to do it. It says Discord, choose my next read. Now, I don't know why I put these prompts in there because now I would have to like come back and film a clip. I'm going out in like an hour. I don't have time. And the shortest amount of time you have people on Discord to pick is an hour. So I to film and I don't want to have to like re-put this on or try and film tomorrow. So we're going to pick another prompt. And maybe I'll do that. If I get it next time, I'll try and film next time I have a bit more time in the day. But the next prompt is a cozy cover. This again is giving me free reign, but I know exactly what I'm picking because this is all when I think cozy. This is what I think. Rewitched by Lucy Jane Wood. I need to read this month. I really need to read it this month. It's giving me autumn vibes, kind of Halloweeny vibes, and also I feel like I need to read it now because I want to get her new book and I want to put that on my list of my Christmas books for presents for my birthday or Christmas, but I can't do it. I won't allow myself to put it on there until I've read this book, so I think I'm going to read it next weekend. So that's book number 4. We've got 2 more prompts to pick. I'm just putting my books all the way down here. 2 more prompts to pick. Let's go right to the bottom. Let's try. Oh my god, we're back again. I've got that song in my head and I don't know why. An overhyped book. Ooh, that's like a lot of my book at TBR. I feel like it has to be a book that everyone raves about, and I haven't heard one bad thing about. I say that, I've seen a lot of books will have their own like, bad things, but considering I actually really want to add this to my TBR and actually try and read it, so if I actually can move it off my TBR, because it's like shiny, it keeps slipping. Beartown by Frederick Backman. I'm only doing it because everyone who I know who's read it has not given it a bad review, so I feel like this is quite hyped. I feel like all my books on my TBR are overhyped because I literally buy books what I see on BookTok, and everyone talks about BookTok and BookTube, so yeah. And then the final prompt, if you can just stay, is because one thing I love this book, but I also hate it. It's so shiny, it slips everywhere. Final prompt. A book that will make me cry. Well, I already know what I'm putting on for this one, because if it wasn't that one, it was going to be the other one that I know will make me cry. I've been told it will make me cry, and it is The Nightingale by Kristen Hannah. So yeah, I've damaged it. It's like curling at the end. How? I'm intrigued, scared, happy, excited, all the things for this book. But I'm happy I've got it on my TBR, and we'll see if we get to it. But that is all the prompts. So let's just quickly go through the TBR. Okay, so our final TBR... Ow! I'm trying to put my books back on top of each other and I hurt my nail. Brilliant. Our final TBR for October includes Queen of Shadows by Sarah J Maas, a reread of Binding 13 by Chloe Walsh, Zodiac Academy 5, Cursed Fates, and Faking It in Manhattan by Riley Winters, and then these 6 books that I'm about to show you, which is Flat Share by Beth O'Leary. I actually can't hold things today. The Striker by Anna Huang. Let's Make a Scene by Laura Wood. Rewitched by Lucy Jane Wood. Oh, The Nightingale by Kristen Hannah, and Beartown by Frederick Backman. I'm excited for if I get to any of these books, but I'm excited for all of them. But that is the end of this video. That's been a little bit, I feel like, chaotic and quite long. But if you did enjoy it, then please give it a thumbs up, please comment down below, please subscribe, and I will see you again very soon with another video. And I don't know why I'm holding this book like that. Bye.